So special about this video. From the beginning of this project, I was told the number 622.6. Don't know exactly where I heard it, right? So I decided to um, do a word play on it, right? So two places I get these numbers is Queen, 17 is 8, U is 3, so we get 8 and 3, the same numeric values we get in church. 8 and 3, and Q and U. The total of these two, okay, more often than not, okay, to create the matrix in North America, okay, where was the English language started? Where was it completed? When did it start? When was it completed? For the choice of these two is 17 and 21 is a total of 38. The short count is 8 and 3. 8 and 3, 38. We're going to do this one after. 38, right? We're going to do the 83, 38. See, that's the short count of it, right? So in dog, D-O-G, we've got 4, 15, right? D-O, do I do, you, I do, 4, 6, I do. I cross over, I put the ring on 5. Put the ring on 5, 66 gets the ring. Actually, I like to look at 4 as being female and 6 as being male, although 6 is 1.5 times. I believe it's all a plug-in. Let's leave it at that, right? North and south, there's 4 sides to a dice, and then there's the north and the south, right? So it's 4 and 2 to the cube, although there is maximum of 6 numbers on a cube. It's 4 sides and 2 sides, unless you look at one side opposite the next, but then you get into a lot of hearsay and talk. And anyways, let's just go on. So we get 4 and this, and then the total here is 26, right? We get 19 or we get 22. Life and AI. We get the gateway, okay? 1 and 5 create 6, right? Do you use, where do you get your 6 from? How do we get our 6? Here we get 6 and 5, 11, right? Two numbers, 6 and 5, 11. Otherwise, the multiplication is 0. When you have 0 multiplication by 0, you get 0 because the land you are in. Do you follow what I'm saying? I can't explain it. The multiplication, right? This is the addition. This is the multiplication. If you add, let's say 6 plus 0, you will end up with 6. So now we're establishing maybe something about 6, right? Maybe we're establishing this about 6. What can we establish about 6? Because when we multiply it, we show we have all 8, right? 6 times 0 is 8, because now we have the center inside the 0. We're in 6 plus 0. We take the 0 and we're adding 6 to it. Or we're taking the 0 and we're adding 8 to it. Do you see the difference? Here we have the crossover. Here we have the pull, right? And I'm assuming that the earth multiplication is this way. And anyways, back to North American creating of the letters. They put these two together for a reason. We needed U with Q. You see, because if I was in another part of the world, some parts of the world, a good part of the world, where the Q can stand alone, but in most situations in the English language, the Q does not stand alone. In French, we have it stand alone when in this word over here, in Q, C in Q, right? And you know what's funny about C is that 15 and 18 will create it, 16 and 17 will create it, 14 and 19 will create it, and there is no other creation because then we're into the 20s, right? DC creation instead of AI creation. Here we have N, S, use it as you want. Here you have PQ, right? Kiss my ass. Why does PQ kiss my ass? Because when you're in the province of Quebec, you kiss my ass. Here you have OR, which is gold. Here you have the gold in Quebec, Nova Scotia. That's Nova Scotia, Oregon, Quebec, if you want to look at Oregon, Quebec, Nova Scotia. And also says Soviet in this word, but I don't want to take it out. In here, you end up with 6-9 in rotation. Here you end up with 7-8, the gateway crossover. Here you end up with 5-1 Mars. In rotation, you cross over the gateway to heaven through Mars. You ever see the portal? Here's a building over here. Here's a building over here. This is not an equal sign. This is connecting this building to this building, and they walk through the portal. Watch out, right? What I want to talk about is in 622.6 is that 626, 62, the short count. 8, 11, and 10 is 21, and 5. The N is the 14th letter, 1 plus 4 equals 5. I can do this in the plus if I want, right? 7 plus 1 is 8, right? I did it that way. What if I did it in the multiply sign, right? Queen would be 1 times 7 is 7. 21st letter, 2 times 1 is 2. 5th letter, 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. N, 5 times 1 is 5. 7, 2, 8, 5. Why am I doing this? Because look, sideways, right? It says continue. What is the hieroglyphic meaning of this? Is it a 7285, which would say matrix link? If I would have one single, what would be the difference between one single? Would it be a dash that shows a single? Does the double dash inside, do you understand? Plus, plus. What is it going to refer to? Is it going to go to 8 and 5? Anyways, that's your question. So we reverse this to go over here. This is the short count. So this and this creates 88 center. This and this creates 88. This and this creates 114. Unless we want to create 1-5, saying Mars. KD is Mars. Why do I say that? Because 8 and 2 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 and 6 is 14, creates 5, creates 15 Mars. 1 and 5 is 6. KD. What do we do with K? K is a funny letter because I have 5 G's or I have 5K. Y2K meaning 1,000. Why did they use Y, the Y2K? What is that? Y2K? Is that the question? Right? You know, douze is 12, right? Douze means 12. Dozen, 12. It also means, oh, I've been hit with a doozy. Hard question. Anyways, let me go back to this over here. And anyways, we get the queen. So now at the same time, I get 2 and 4, or I get 1 and 5. Here I get 150. Again, Mars, Earth, connecting skies, DNA. 1 and 1 is 2, DNA of the cat. Why does it keep going to DNA of the cat? This will now create 8, 6, 7, 21. They are all the same. This will create 7, 7, 6. This will create 8, 7, 8. So what is our question? We have 8, we have 7, we have 7. Gateway to heaven, the doorway. If I move this, if I spin it, you see the way there's a little line inside of it? The plus sign is a little line. That's showing height. This is showing the width, separation and width. So it looks like on the cross is showing me the rod that's coming out like that, right? So anyways, this is what the queen gets us, 622.6. Now, when we take that 622.6, if I use it in Celsius and Fahrenheit between the two, I get bad cat to the BC world. I get area space, but the total is gateway, rotation, and birth. This is the minus side. Minus 62 will equal to the total of minus 79. Plus 62 Celsius is 62 and 62 is 124. Plus 32 is 156. Excuse me, is 124. 62 and 62 is 124. Sorry, minus the 32. Okay, minus the 32. Hold on a second. Plus the 32, minus the 32. Let me just do it again. 62 and 62 is 124. Plus 32 is, no, I have to minus the 32. So I'm minusing 32, and then I'm minusing, God, why? Let me do it. 124, and then I have to 10%, right? 10% of this, 20% of this, right? 20% of this is 24 and 4. 24, 4. 24, 4. So by taking 24, 4, here it's 12, 4 becomes 4, 4, 4, right? Let me look this up on the computer. I used up a lot of your time. How much is minus 62 Celsius in Fahrenheit? 79.6. So I got that right. How much is plus 62 in Fahrenheit Celsius? Well, how much is plus 62 in Celsius? No, I didn't get that right. 62 Celsius is how much in Fahrenheit? 143.6. 143.6 minus the 79.6 equals to 0, equals to 4, equals to 24. Now, are we talking about the 24 that is needed for the 24-hour day? Are we talking 9 to 5? Because this 0 is automatically, because there's a third number, that is the 2 worlds, right? It takes 2, 5 and 5, 6 and 4. And then those are what you can get on the dice, 5 and 5, 6 and 4. And then what you don't get on the dice is 3 and 7, other than the any, crap, and total to the gateway, right? Do you follow what I'm saying? 3 and 7, the opposite of the 7, okay, is going to be 7, but the opposite of the 1 and 2 will now come 11. 7 come 11, game of craps. It's so crazy the way it comes together. Just give me a second. There was one added thing over here. It's not only 24, it's 124 is the difference. That was the number over there that I had. I didn't see that I already did that. And that is, what can I use this for? These two will come together as DC. This will come, 1 and 6 will come together as the half-life. 1240, I mean, because you have to add it. Remember the comma that's over here? What if the decimal was over here, right? I don't even know what to say. Every time there is a 2, you will now bring it into the 1. So that'll not only be 24, it'll also be 14 for DNA and 34 for DC. The total comes together to 70. And I'll mark you the number 70. 7 and 0. There you go, 70. I know there's more to be said. We were going to do the 83 Queen. 83 and 38 is 121. This one comes over here, and this one is 1. How did I come there? Yes, 121. And this one will be 159, A, E, and I. This one will be 204. I like to call this 80, 4 times 20. Something to do with video cassette, because all zeros equal 6 will bring me 244, 254, 264. This one over here will bring me 76. This one over here will bring me to 290. Birth in the 10 world, 90 the birth, 29 the beta birth. 20 is TD. If you minus it, I end up with 18. If we minus this from this, right? Instead of 290, 280, sorry, even better. Wow, I like that. The cycle of the moon. 280. If I minus it, I end up with 38, and that becomes the church again, right? And where else am I? What am I looking at? One last thing, and I'll probably try and get it into my next video, is that there's 300 and there's a number 364 plus 1. 364 every third year is plus 2, because there's actually 365.47 days in the year. 365.47. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to come back and do something else There was, yes, just not to forget, and I have forgotten, is that all this connects to purple, the purple sky, which is the electric, the red and the blue sky, the blood, the veins, the flow, the hot, the cold. Raphael, one day, hopefully in a group, we can come together and try and figure out mentally what this all is, or maybe just one person who might take the words I speak and what I do and bring it to another level. And even if it even if I get no recognition in this entire deal, should I be worthy of it? If everything works out for what I'm looking for, um, I'm just going to be the happiest person in the world for me, and I'm quite sure everybody else. And that's peace and love, my brothers and sisters. Thank you for watching this video. And animals of the kingdom, the nature and the creator. We must redo this for the creator because we want what the creator wants, don't we? Forever and ever. If you're greedy and want everything, you'll have it forever and ever. Some will never be happy forever and ever, and some will be happy and sad forever and ever, but only because once we've completed what we strive for, or if we haven't, that means we will have to continue and to never stop. Thank you for watching this video.